Here on the back side of section 4-6. We filled in the front side yesterday. This is part 2 or part B. We have 2 questions, which is completely factoring. These 2 questions take a little bit longer, but they shouldn't be too terribly horrible, where you're still going to mumble and grumble, I swear. I know you will. So, example 4. Here's the deal with example 4. It says completely factor this function. This is a 4th degree function. I'm going to circle him, which means we should have 4 zeros. You should have 4 factors.
No.
4 factors. He has 4 factors. 4 factors, okay? Now, here's the deal. Listen. 4 factors. They give us that 1 plus I is a factor. Like x equals 1 plus I. But imaginary numbers only ever show up in pairs because you only ever get imaginary numbers from, like, the quadratic formula. It's never just I, it's always plus and minus the square root, blah, blah, blah. It's always plus and minus I. So if 1 plus I is a factor, then 1 minus I is also a factor. Okay? So we have to take that into consideration as well. Now, what do? We're going to, we move them over, set them equal to 0. We're going to multiply, or write the factors. So basically, if I take these pieces and I lump them to this side, what will those factors look like? Minus 1, minus I, and minus 1 plus I. Yeah, so we have trinomials, 2 trinomials. 2 trinomials that we're multiplying together. Yucky. Okay, now, we did ones like this yesterday, did we? You guys are learning like exactly the same thing as what calc is, so
No, I don't remember doing stuff like this.
You don't remember multiplying these yesterday? Okay, so multiplying those yesterday, even though it's really disgusting to start with, it will cancel out beautifully. You should not have any i's in your answer. So x times x we start with, x squared, x times negative 1, and x times I. Okay, so the x is done. Then we start with negative 1. So negative x plus 1 minus I. The negative 1 is done. Okay, then next, negative xi. It doesn't matter how you write it. ix or xi doesn't matter. Negative I times 1. Negative 1 is positive I. And negative I times positive I is negative I squared. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fix him right now. I squared is negative 1. So it will be plus 1. You just change the sign in front of what's there, right? So plus 1. I'm going to put a 1 there. Okay? All right, so now we cancel stuff. We combine stuff. Okay, so we've got x squared. Is it minus 2x? Is he right? Okay. The xi and the negative xi goes away. And negative I goes away. And then plus 2. Plus 2. Yep. There he is. Okay, now, that is 2 of the factors of this 4th degree polynomial. How do I figure out what the other 2 are? They might be, these are the imaginary ones.
We're not doing the P and Q method.
No, we're not doing P and Q. No. But you're not gonna like this answer either.
Well, then I might shoot myself.
We know that this goes in here, and I want to know what's left over. We have to use division.
Yeah. Synthetic, so.
No, we don't get
use synthetic division. Shoot! So you're not gonna like this answer either. So this is the only bad part is you cannot use synthetic division because we had i's to start with, right? You have to put them together in order to get something nice, and then you can't use synthetic. So we're gonna use long division, but we do know this comes out nicely. So I'm gonna do it up here.
For sure, negative 1.
So let's do some long division. Ugh, I'm gonna see if I can get this to fit. Okay. We do know that this should come out nicely, right? It should come out nicely because we know that it goes in there perfectly. It should come out nicely. Okay. So what do you multiply by x squared to get x squared? Plus 2x squared. And then, oh boy. Plus, minus. And we really have 2 things that cancel out. 2 things that cancel out. Wow. So he cancels there. And this guy is negative 3x squared. Okay? Additional piece cancel out. We have to drop both of them down, right? We have to drop the negative 6 down as well. Okay? All right. This is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. One more step. Really? Easy peasy. This is easy. What do you have to multiply by x squared to get negative 3x squared? Negative 3. And I'm going to put the negative 3 up here. Okay? So negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Plus 6x minus 6. You can kind of already see what's going to happen here. It's going to cancel everything, right? And it should cancel everything because I knew it went in there perfectly, right?
X squared minus 3.
Okay?
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Okay, so this means that x squared minus 3 is a factor. And if I set this equal to 0, if I set that equal to 0, positive negative square root of 3. So I add the 3 to the other side. So x squared equals 3. Taking the square root, we get plus minus square root of 3. So my 4 zeros are these two. And in addition to that, x equals the square root of 3 and x equals negative square root of 3. And those are my 4 answers. That's not too bad. Okay, even though I had to do long division, we know it's going to come out nicely. And that one came out really nicely. What? It's not, I know, whatever. This is about all the pens that I have left. I have like limited
Why
colors.
don't you use the orange? Because people keep taking your pen.
People keep taking my pens and not bringing them back.
Oh no.
It's my 5th period class because they're shading stuff.
Wait.
Why don't you have like?
Naughty.
Why don't you make
I'll
them
take an
both the x to the division?
What?
X squared minus 3.
X squared minus 3. And then we take that and set that equal to 0, right? Okay. Next.
Nice. You're good.
Robs. Okay. All right. Completely factor this guy. Completely factor him down. Oh boy. Oh boy. Over the set of whole numbers and then over the set of complex numbers. Okay. In this problem, this is start to finish the really ugly method. How many answers should we have? 4 answers. 4 zeros or 4 factors. Okay, 4 zeros. Because it's x to the 4th power. Okay, and we have to find all 4 of them. Some may be imaginary, some may be real ones. But they don't give us any to start with. So what do we have to do first? What? P and Q.
Why?
Sorry.
Oh,
P and Q. I'm gonna show you a really fancy trick with your calculator though. Okay?
I just
Do it for me.
It kind of plugs everything in for
Why
you.
don't you show
I'll show you this. So what's P?
Negative
Negative 8. What's Q?
1.
1. Okay, 1 is here. So, factors of 8. Plus minus 1. Plus minus 2. Plus minus 4. Plus minus 8. All over plus minus 1. Now, when you divide all of those by plus minus 1, it really does nothing, and it just does this, right? I really, really like doing P over Q when my leading coefficient is 1, because it makes me have like half as many numbers, right? Half as many numbers. So we only have 8 numbers that we need to plug in. Now, I have showed you how to plug these in on Desmos really nicely. Do you remember how to do that? You name it f of x and you do f of x.
I know how to do it.
I'm going to show you how to do that as well on your calculator. Okay? So, I'm teaching you something new today. Some people know how to do it already because I've taught you, like 3rd period when you came in.
Because she doesn't love you.
All right, so here's how you... All right, here's how you use your calculator to do this. On. Shh. Turn your calculator on. Hold on, mine's not on. I don't know why. Mine's not on.
Just turn it on.
There we go, it's on. Okay, no, it's not on.
Oh, you shut it off.
There we go. Okay, go to y equals and type your equation in. So, this takes me forever. X to the 4th minus 5x to the 3rd plus, I know it takes me forever when I'm typing on here. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You can use some of the keys to type on the calculator.
I know you can, but I don't know which ones are.
The number, and the period.
Plus 4x squared plus 2x minus 8. Yeah, kind of. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. This is magical. Okay, there we go. Do you have your equation typed in?
Yes.
Because you beat me, because I can't type very well. Your equation typed in. Okay, now, rather than graphing this thing, I want to go to table, okay? So go second graph, go to table, okay? It is going to give me all of the values when these inputs are plugged in. So when 0 is plugged in, -8 pops out. When 1 is plugged in, -9 pops out, okay? I want to look at the numbers plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 4, plus minus 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to table set. So go to second window, go to table set. I want it to start at my least number, which is -8. Right, -8 is the smallest number. Starting at -8 and going by ones. So I'm looking at those numbers. It's going to start me at -8. Does -8 work? No, -8 does not work. Does -4 work? No. Does -2 work? No. -1 she said works? No, -1 does not work.
Yeah, zero.
Where?
Smoking?
Where?
-1 says 0. -1 does.
Mine does not say 0. Did I plug it in wrong?
Plus
Ah! Hold on. Hold on. I gotta fix it. There we go. Okay.
Now we can use something.
Now, -1 works. -1 works. Okay, does +1 work? Does +2 work? Does +4 work? Does +8 work? No. So we've got 2 of these. We've got -1 and +4. -1, +4. Those work.
Yeah.
Okay?
Correct.
So now, how do we find the other 2? Because we have 2 of them.
Synthetic.
We can use synthetic.
Negative one or positive one?
Positive one. X plus 1, x minus 4.
Yes, when we write them as factors, we'll do that. Yes. But when you're doing synthetic division, we're still going to write it as -1 on the outside. Yep. Okay, so I'm making them bigger again. So did you see how that was a lot faster than typing those in? Wow. Awesome. So -1 goes on the outside. 1, -5, 4, 2, -8. 1, -1, -6, +6, 10, -10, -8, +8, 0. I'll give you a chance to catch up. Sorry. Same.
You guys are just thinking. Literally, I was discussing. Oh, where did you get this? What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, mine did that too. I'll do it. I don't know how to do that.
Well, we gotta bring up.
Alright, so next. Did you do the next one? You can do this without me.
It comes out.
1,
We already did this.
4,
technically.
-2, -8, 2, +8, and 0.
We did this in the last problem.
What? You did what in the last one? Wow. Okay, what's that thing? What is 1, -2, 2? A trinomial? What does it look like?
You better give me credit.
X squared. Molly, are you
Do I get bonus?
Kinda.
Yeah. I get bonus, right?
Yeah, so nice.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. Wynn just made a really wonderful observation. Wynn made a really wonderful observation. Okay? Look at what we just found. X squared minus 2x plus
But I'm
2.
not smart.
X squared minus 2x plus 2. So if we try to
Like
break him
somebody else
down,
is correct.
if we try to break him down, he is these two pieces, right? Or really, these two pieces. Yeah? So we could do the quadratic formula if we want to, but really the answer is up here. It's those two.
X plus I, X minus I?
Do you see how that works? So, my four answers are -1, +4, 1 plus I, and 1 minus I. Those are my four answers.
That's crazy.
We have completely factored him down. Okay? Now, how do you get those if you didn't already know that? Do the quadratic formula, right? To do that. And that way you will get the same answer. Okay? Good? Yes, yes? All right, there you go.